guys, welcome to a special episode of RGBtv. Today we're going to be covering E3. Hands down one of my favorite times of the year, because at heart, I'm a gamer. And I really look forward to it. I am your host, Jonathan Gutierrez, and with me today is a pretty cool friend of mine, Jose Chavez. How are you?
Pretty good. How you guys doing? I am also a gamer in his heart.
You're going to be seeing a lot more of them pretty often, so be nice. So, we're going to get started with the first day of press conferences. What was it? It was EA?
Today was EA and Bethesda.
Alright, so why don't we get started with EA?
Do we have to?
So, EA started off its press conference by announcing Titanfall 2. What were your impressions?
I love Titanfall 1. It was one of the first games that I bought.
Never played it.
Titanfall 1 was one of those games that had a lot of things that could be great, but weren't quite there yet. Specifically, the single-player content. It was barely there. It was multiplayer hiding as single-player. And the single-player trailer for this got me really excited, and it also made me really scared that the robot was going to die.
For me, when it comes to games, single-player campaign is very important to me. So if there's a game that does not have a single-player campaign, I tend to skip it. Gotcha. Kind of like a Star Wars Battlefront.
Right.
But I was pretty excited that this is adding a fully fledged out single-player campaign.
Yeah, I tend to like games that have a lot of fun. So when I hear that they're fun, I will play it. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, more than just the single player. They added a lot more content for the maps.
More robots.
There's six different robot types. There's a grappling hook, and I love grappling hook in every single game I play. And they brought back all the cool parkour, wall running stuff that I love.
So one of the next announcements they made.
Then it turned into EA Sports Hour. Which
I got a good nap.
Yeah, well, okay. I like sports games for the most part, but the next thing that they announced was Madden 17, and I don't care.
Me neither.
Okay, good. So let's move.
Next.
The next game actually wasn't sports related, but they really didn't give me anything. They showed the reveal trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay.
And I am lukewarm on the Mass Effect series. I don't think it's terrible, but I didn't enjoy it as most other people did. It makes me sad, because the things that I like the most about the Mass Effect series or universe is the politics, the journey, the discovery. And this looks like it has that, but I don't know for sure. I'm kind of tired of saving the galaxy. I do that in every game.
Let the galaxy burn for once.
That's fine.
To follow up on the sports theme,
yeah.
FIFA 17.
Again, I'm not a huge... The last time I really got into sports games was in the PS2 era, because there was still competition. I played a whole ton of Winning 11. Halfway through the announcement, when the actor came out to talk about his love for soccer, and I had no idea who he was, and then I realized they were basically talking about the story mode. I thought it was stupid. I'm willing to give EA the benefit of the doubt that this story mode is going to be interesting at least.
I'm not a fan of sports games.
Of course.
Unless it's Mario related.
He doesn't play
because
sports.
They make it fun.
He's a plumber.
But I played FIFA 16.
Yeah. And
it feels like if you're watching a game, even though I only played it once, it was like awesome. So I'm totally willing to check this one out. I'm probably not going to get all into there's managers now and crafting teams and
the Ultimate Team has always been one of the biggest draws, and I like the idea of it, but I also don't want to spend extra money on it. So
I just want to play it just because it's fun. Just even with no managers, no nothing, just play the game on versus mode or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just have fun.
Good.
Yes.
So then the next thing that we saw was EA announcing their EA Origins program, which is pretty much confirming that they don't really do anything original by themselves anymore.
Yeah.
That sounded like.
They announced Fe.
Fa.
Fe.
Something like F-E.
They announced F-E.
Iron.
It looks pretty cool. I like the art style. I like it's kind of like just you're an animal and you're exploring nature, and how you interact with it affects how the game progresses. But it looks interesting enough. I'll totally check it out.
Yeah, I mean, visually, it kind of looks like Viva Pinata at night, which is a good thing. I love Viva Pinata. It looks really, stylistically, it looks really good. I'm just not sure. I need to sort of play the game a little bit more, and their big selling point was, we're not going to tell you anything. You have to explore and figure things out for yourself, which is...
I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things in video games.
Alright, so the next thing was the Star Wars updates.
Yeah, and that was a whole lot of nothing, to be honest.
It was. I had no idea. I mean, they showed 3 games.
The ones that are out.
The ones that are currently out,
Yeah.
but they didn't really... they did announce Battlefront 2. And they said that they've been listening to the players and that they've made all the upgrades you've been wanting. Yeah, like, they didn't say what.
They gave you content now. You can have a game in the game that you just bought.
Maybe. All they really said was, we're going to have scenarios from the new movies now.
Yeah, they are.
But they didn't specify if there's a single-player campaign. They didn't specify if the game is more... a little more complex and not as basic as the first one. They didn't really specify anything. No. So I'm kind of scared they didn't learn much from the first experience.
It just sounds like they're not ready to, like, do anything.
Yeah.
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 Totally.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So the last thing that they really showed off was more Battlefield 1, which I've been really excited for.
Dude, I'm not a big fan of the first-person shooters. I haven't played many.
Yeah.
But this one, it, like, visually astonished me. It was like, I was like, oh my god, that looks so... When the blimp is falling and you're just flying, it was like, wow, dude, this game is... It just looks like it's such an epic game.
I love that we're finally moving away from Space Marines, future technology. World War I is a topic that has not been touched really in games very often. And this is going to have the very Michael Bay, lone wolf sort of, you're going to do stuff that you really couldn't do in World War I, like those dogfighting scenes. But this looks like it is going to be so much fun, regardless of... I think they're going to go the more stylistic route instead of trying to be realistic, which is what they need to do for World War I.
Yeah. It looks super fun, and like you said, it's staying away from like the spacey and the future tech and all that stuff. So it kind of grounds it a little more. And I like that. Alright. Let's move on to Bethesda.
This is the one that I was super excited for.
Really?
Yes. Huh. I am a huge fan of Bethesda games. Even though most of them, their most well-known ones are kind of janky at the start. Which is fine, because I expect it. But the difference between Bethesda and EA was night and day. Bethesda had a lot more exciting things.
Yeah.
They showed a whole lot more gameplay footage. And they kind of threw a few things out of left field that I wasn't expecting, to be honest.
Alright, so Bethesda's first announcement was for Quake. I've never played any Quake. In fact, most of the things that were announced in Bethesda, I've never played.
Cool, so I'm going to do all the talking?
He's going to do all the talking.
So, I'm not a huge Quake guy. I'm really bad at Twitch shooters. But I like that this is still around. I appreciate that I know Quake still has a very active community. I'm not against these kinds of games, but I'm just bad at them, so I don't play.
But a game that a lot of people play, and it has a huge community, huge following, is the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
And the Fallouts, which had plenty of screen time.
True.
With Bethesda. And Elder Scrolls Legends. That was the card game.
Yeah.
If I remember.
Honestly, most of the Elder Scrolls stuff I didn't care for.
Okay. It seemed kind of cool. It seemed like an interesting new take on the Elder Scrolls franchise.
I appreciate that they're expanding the lore and giving you more options, but collectible card games online, I really don't have a lot of room for. I mean, I dabble in Hearthstone, and that's as much as I'm going to play out of it. I can't see myself really playing this much more, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like that they're doing it, don't get me wrong, but I can't muster any excitement for it.
So, Fallout 4 Vault Tech. It's kind of like a little DLC?
Looks like it's more DLC for the shelter building portion of Fallout 4.
Is that like, I've never played it. Is that like a big thing with Fallout? Like building your home?
Be. I mean, there's the game, and then when you go to your base, you can kind of like The Sims build homes, put people in, try to attract more people, and try to make it into small communities, which then you pillage for resources to make things. The one that really got me kind of excited because I wasn't expecting it was the new trailer for Prey.
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 That got me pretty damn excited.
Why?
Because Prey for the 360 was the first-person shooter / exploring / there's an actual story game that I've ever played.
Really?
And it was an experience for me. When you get sucked into the spaceship and then you escape, and then it's very tense and the music changes, and then you see like a giant airplane just flying and crashing, and it left an impact on me. So Prey has like a little place in my heart, and I was super excited to see the new Prey. Yeah. It looks awesome.
Seeing this trailer was a big surprise, and I'm hoping they can do something interesting with it. Okay.
And they also came out with some virtual reality Doom stuff.
Yeah, so VR is the cutting edge stuff. It's the stuff that everyone is excited for.
Yeah.
And
if they do it right, hopefully.
But Doom and Fallout 4 being in VR. Fallout 4 being in VR, I want to be in that world. I want that in my face. I want to be able to snuggle dog meat and, punch a super mutant with some power armor. That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
I don't know if I want to be in the Doom world. That sounds really stressful. Yeah. And scary.
And battling demons and...
Yeah, well...
I'm going to have nightmares, I think.
Yeah.
And to top the night off...
Oh, that's what I've been waiting for.
Good night, everyone.
What?
Dishonored 2.
Oh, man. I love me some Dishonored. And I've been waiting all year.
And guess what?
What?
I've never played Dishonored. But this looks pretty damn sweet, dude. It looks... What got my attention was the time travel aspect. You have like a little watch. It looks like a little watch, and it kind of projects a vision into the past. Or if you're in the past, it projects a vision into the future. And then you could switch back and forth in time.
Yeah. Yeah, that adds a whole lot of really cool and interesting game design challenges that they can add. Honestly, for me, it's if they just give me more of the same, I'm still going to be super happy with it. But it looks like they've put in a whole ton of work to really flesh out that world. I love that we're going to be able to see what happens to Corvo.
We're going to be able to see two worlds, essentially. One past world and one...
Maybe, but what I'm really excited about is finding out what happens at the end of this game. I mean, Corvo was silent but an interesting character, and then knowing that in this game you get to choose to play as either Corvo or Emily, I mean, that sounded really awesome when they said that you could play as the princess from the last game. The only thing about the last game that kind of bothered me was they gave you all these cool weapons to kill people with, but I always felt like I was messing up if I killed anyone. And in the gameplay trailer, everybody was dying. So I'm hoping that if you decide to go the violent route, because I'm terrible at stealth games after a certain point, I hope I don't feel like I got the bad ending just because I had to kill people. Yeah, that sounds awful. I probably should get the bad ending if I kill people.
You're a terrible person, Jose. Yeah. So, these were pretty much all the announcements for the first day of press conferences. EA, Bethesda. Yeah. How would you rate the overall experience?
So it was fine, but it was for a company that has some really cool games. It came off as really boring. It was a lot of momentum stopping every single time people spoke, and I just couldn't get too excited, even though I love some of the games that are being announced.
It was okay. There's a lot of stuff I'm probably not going to check out. There was a few stuff here and there that really caught my attention. To me, the highlight was Battlefield 1? Yeah, Battlefield 1. For sure, I'm going to check that out. Right. That was the big highlight for me. Other stuff like Fee?
Iron.
Yes, Iron.
Mm-hmm.
That caught my attention too. Probably FIFA 17.
Right.
I'll check out. And other than that, it was okay. It was okay. It was fun to see everything.
Yeah.
But I probably am not gonna check out the majority of this. All right, guys. Well, these are our general thoughts. Coverage for the first day of the press conferences for E3 2016. It wasn't that informative, I guess, due in part to me, mostly to me.
Yeah, mostly.
I'm sorry I was so uninformed. I hope we provided some insight as to what we liked, what we didn't like. We're going to come back to you in our next video covering the second day of press conferences, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and Sony. It's going to be pretty damn awesome. I'm hoping it's going to be awesome, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Two of the biggest powerhouses, 2 out of the 3 biggest powerhouses do their press conferences tomorrow.
Yep.
And the following day, Nintendo. We're going to bring you all that coverage, all the highlights. We're going to be talking about it. So we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, let us know what you liked from the conferences today. What are you excited about? Let us know in the comments.
Yes, don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you guys in the next video.